Welcome to Bare Metal Cyber, the podcast that bridges cybersecurity and education in a way that's engaging, informative, and practical. Each week, we dive into pressing cybersecurity topics, explore real-world challenges, and break down actionable advice to help you navigate today's digital landscape. If you're enjoying this episode, visit baremetalcyber.com, where over 2 million people last year explored cybersecurity insights, resources, and expert content. You'll also find my books covering key cybersecurity topics. Cyber threats aren't slowing down, so let's get started with today's episode. Dark Web Intelligence. The dark web is a hidden layer of the internet that thrives on anonymity, making it a hub for cybercriminal activity, underground marketplaces, and illicit forums. While it serves as a refuge for privacy advocates and whistleblowers, it is also a breeding ground for malware development, stolen data sales, and cybersecurity professionals monitor this digital underworld to track emerging threats, identify leaked credentials, and gain insight into attack methodologies before they reach the surface web. However, intelligence gathering in these environments is complex, requiring a blend of automation, human expertise, and ethical considerations to navigate the ever-changing landscape of hidden forums, data dumps, and black market transactions. Understanding how cybercriminals operate in these spaces is essential for preempting attacks, strengthening security defenses, and supporting law enforcement efforts to combat digital crime. Introduction to Dark Web Intelligence. The internet is often visualized as an iceberg, with the easily accessible surface web representing just the tip. Beneath this lies the deep web, which consists of unindexed content, such as medical records, private databases, and corporate intranets. The dark web is a small portion of the deep web that requires special tools like Tor to access, providing a cloak of anonymity that fosters a marketplace for both privacy advocates and criminals. Within this space, cybercriminals exchange illicit goods and services, discuss attack strategies, and exploit vulnerabilities. Understanding the dark web's role within the cybercrime ecosystem is essential for intelligence gathering, as it serves as a hub for stolen data, hacking tools, and threat actor coordination. Cybercriminals leverage the dark web as a thriving underground economy where stolen credentials, malware, and personal information are bought and sold. Dark web forums function as knowledge hubs where threat actors share techniques, discuss vulnerabilities, and collaborate on large-scale attacks. Marketplaces facilitate transactions for everything from ransomware as a service to counterfeit documents, often using cryptocurrencies to maintain anonymity. Data dumps provide raw materials for identity theft, financial fraud, and further cyber exploits. These illicit activities make the dark web a critical intelligence source for security professionals seeking to understand emerging threats and protect potential victims. Monitoring the dark web is not just about observing criminals, it is about anticipating cyber threats before they materialize. Security teams track discussions on underground forums to detect new attack techniques and vulnerabilities before they are widely exploited. Identifying stolen credentials early can prevent fraud and unauthorized access, mitigating the damage from data breaches. By keeping tabs on cybercriminal trends and monitoring sales of exploit kits, organizations can proactively strengthen their defenses. Additionally, intelligence from the dark web supports law enforcement in tracking cybercriminals, disrupting illicit networks, and responding to cyber incidents more effectively. A diverse range of actors operates within the dark web, each with their own motivations and objectives. Hacktivists use it as a platform for political activism, leaking classified information or disrupting adversaries through cyber attacks. Organized cybercrime groups function like traditional businesses, complete with customer support and reputation systems for illicit services. Nation-state actors engage in cyber espionage, stealing sensitive data and targeting critical infrastructure under the guise of anonymity. Individual hackers, including script kiddies with limited skills, often buy prepackaged attack tools to conduct cybercrimes with little effort. Brokers act as middlemen, selling access to compromised systems, stolen credentials, and other valuable data. Gathering intelligence from the dark web presents significant challenges, as threat actors go to great lengths to conceal their identities. Many use encryption, anonymization tools, and private communication channels to avoid detection. Forums and marketplaces frequently change URLs, migrate to new platforms, or enforce strict membership rules to exclude outsiders. Even when access is gained, deciphering coded language, slang, and technical jargon requires expertise. The sheer volume of information, combined with constant updates and misinformation, makes it difficult to extract useful intelligence in real time. Despite these obstacles, security teams that effectively monitor the dark web gain a strategic advantage in anticipating and mitigating cyber threats. Monitoring illicit forums. Illicit forums serve as breeding grounds for cyber threats, with each forum catering to a specific niche of criminal activity. Some focus on malware development, where attackers share, sell, and refine malicious code, often exchanging tips on bypassing security measures. Credential theft forums specialize in stolen usernames, passwords, and authentication bypass techniques, offering everything from banking logins to corporate VPN access. Communities dedicated to phishing and social engineering provide templates, scripts, and guides for deceiving victims, ensuring even inexperienced attackers can execute sophisticated scams. Regional forums introduce localized threats, catering to specific languages, payment systems, or legal loopholes that influence cybercrime tactics in different parts of the world. Tracking these forums requires a mix of automation and human intelligence to sift through vast amounts of data. Automated crawlers scan posts for keywords related to emerging threats, such as new malware strains, exploit kits, or discussions about breached organizations. Behavioral analysis identifies key threat actors and their activity patterns, helping analysts distinguish between noise and genuine threats. Foreign language forums present an additional challenge, requiring translation tools to decode slang, abbreviations, and culturally specific references that might signal an imminent attack. Understanding forum hierarchies and recognizing influential users allows security teams to prioritize intelligence, as veteran members often share more reliable and advanced tactics than newcomers. Forums provide a wealth of actionable intelligence, offering security professionals early insights into evolving cyber threats. Discussions often reveal indicators of compromise, IOCs, such as malicious IP addresses, phishing domains, or hashes of new malware variants. Conversations about planned cyber attacks may surface, giving defenders a critical window to prepare before an attack is executed. By monitoring trends and attack methods, organizations can proactively strengthen defenses against tactics gaining popularity in criminal circles. Vulnerability exploitation is another crucial focus area, as cybercriminals often test and discuss weaknesses in software before public disclosures, allowing defenders to patch systems ahead of widespread attacks. Despite their value, monitoring illicit forums is fraught with challenges, starting with access restrictions. Many high-profile forums require vetting, invite-only access, or reputation building before new users can view sensitive content. Once inside, security professionals must avoid detection as administrators routinely purge suspected infiltrators to maintain secrecy. Separating useful intelligence from background chatter is another difficulty, as forums contain a mix of serious discussions, misinformation, and irrelevant posts. Additionally, cybercriminals frequently abandon or migrate forums in response to law enforcement crackdowns, requiring constant adaptation to track new platforms and ensure intelligence gathering efforts remain effective. Monitoring dark web marketplaces. Dark web marketplaces function as illicit e-commerce platforms, facilitating the sale of illegal goods and services with the same efficiency as legitimate online retailers. General-purpose markets offer a mix of contraband, including drugs, weapons, counterfeit documents, and stolen data, making them one-stop shops for criminals. Specialized marketplaces cater to cybercrime services, where threat actors sell hacking tools, botnets, and access to compromised systems. Credential marketplaces focus on identity theft, providing stolen login credentials, banking details, and full identity packages known as full ZES for financial fraud. Ransomware as a service, RAS, providers take cyber extortion to another level, allowing even low-skilled attackers to launch ransomware campaigns by leasing pre-committed attack kits from experienced developers. Security professionals monitor dark web marketplaces by tracking listings of stolen data, compromised accounts, and exploit kits. Identifying newly posted credentials and personal information can provide early warnings for organizations whose data may have been breached. Listings of malware, rootkits, and exploit kits reveal the latest cybercrime tools being developed and sold, giving insight into emerging attack methods. Analyzing seller reputations and transaction histories helps determine which vendors are the most active and credible, as top-rated sellers often distribute high-quality exploits or stolen credentials in bulk. Additionally, monitoring cryptocurrency transactions linked to these markets helps trace financial flows that fund cybercrime operations and ransomware payments. Extracting intelligence from these marketplaces provides valuable data points that inform cybersecurity defenses. Pricing trends for stolen credentials and financial information indicate which types of data are in highest demand and most lucrative for cybercriminals. The popularity of specific attack tools and services can signal shifts in hacking techniques, helping security teams prepare for emerging threats. Geographic targeting of buyers and sellers reveals which regions are most affected by cybercrime activity, influencing how organizations tailor their security strategies. Furthermore, Monitoring how stolen data is monetized sheds light on evolving fraud techniques, from account takeovers to synthetic identity creation, enabling more effective countermeasures. Marketplace monitoring is complicated by the use of escrow services and anonymous payment systems that obscure transactions. Cybercriminals leverage cryptocurrency mixers and privacy coins to evade financial tracking, making it difficult to link illicit purchases to real-world actors. Frequent law enforcement takedowns of major marketplaces force criminals to migrate to new platforms, requiring constant adaptation to keep up with shifting trends. The presence of scam sellers and fraudulent listings also adds noise, as not every transaction on these markets leads to an actual breach or attack. Additionally, the dynamic nature of marketplace listings means that data, pricing, and availability change rapidly, making continuous surveillance necessary to maintain up-to-date intelligence. Monitoring data dumps. Data dumps represent the aftermath of successful cyber attacks, where stolen information is publicly leaked or sold on the dark web. These dumps contain a variety of sensitive data, including login credentials, personal identification details, and financial records, all of which can be exploited for fraud, identity theft, and further cyber intrusions. Data breaches stem from compromised corporate databases, misconfigured cloud storage, and phishing campaigns that harvest user information. Once collected, cybercriminals either sell this data individually or aggregate multiple breaches into massive databases, which are then redistributed by data brokers. The structure of these dumps varies, from simple text files containing email password pairs to complex SQL database leaks that include full user profiles. Security teams rely on automated tools to process the vast amount of data contained in these dumps. Scripts are used to scan for specific keywords, email domains, or personally identifiable information, allowing organizations to identify whether their data has been exposed. Cross-referencing new dumps with previously known breaches helps determine whether leaked credentials are newly compromised or part of older incidents. Open-source intelligence tools further enhance monitoring efforts by aggregating and indexing publicly available leaks, enabling rapid searches for compromised data. The ability to process and analyze these datasets efficiently is crucial for mitigating the risks associated with widespread credential exposure. Extracting intelligence from data dumps provides security professionals with critical insights into the impact of breaches. Identifying compromised credentials allows organizations to issue password resets, preventing attackers from exploiting stolen logins. Linking leaked data to specific breaches helps determine the source of the attack and the methods used by cybercriminals, improving future defenses. Understanding the scale of a breach is essential for assessing its impact, from minor credential leaks to large-scale exposures affecting millions of users. When actionable intelligence is gathered, affected businesses and individuals must be notified promptly, giving them the opportunity to secure their accounts and protect their identities. Despite its value, analyzing data dumps presents several challenges. Verifying the authenticity of leaked data is difficult, as some threat actors mix old and new breaches to exaggerate the severity of a leak. The sheer volume of dumps, often containing billions of records, makes it challenging to filter out duplicates and false positives. Distinguishing between previously exposed data and newly leaked information requires careful correlation with historical breach databases. Additionally, ethical and legal considerations must be addressed when handling leaked data, ensuring that privacy regulations are upheld and that intelligence gathering efforts remain within legal boundaries. Operationalizing dark web intelligence. Dark web intelligence becomes truly effective when integrated into security operations, transforming raw data into actionable insights that enhance cyber defense. Indicators of compromise collected from dark web forums, marketplaces, and data dumps can be shared with security information and event management systems to detect threats in real time. By incorporating threat intelligence into incident response plans, security teams can anticipate attack patterns, prioritize responses, and minimize damage. Proactive threat hunting efforts are strengthened when dark web findings guide analysts toward emerging threats, rather than relying solely on traditional reactive measures. Profiling active threat actors, understanding their tactics, techniques, and motivations provides deeper context, allowing security teams to predict their next moves and defend against targeted attacks. Collaboration with law enforcement and industry organizations amplifies the impact of dark web intelligence, creating a united front against cyber threats. Critical findings, such as planned cyber attacks or large-scale data breaches, should be reported to authorities to aid in dismantling criminal networks. Industry-specific information sharing and analysis centers facilitate collective defense by allowing companies to share intelligence without compromising sensitive operations. Joint investigations between private security firms and government agencies enhance cybercrime tracking, uncovering connections between disparate attacks and leading to real-world enforcement actions. When affected businesses are informed of compromised credentials or data leaks, they can take immediate action to mitigate risks before an attack escalates. Automation plays a crucial role in making dark web intelligence gathering efficient, reducing the manual effort required to track cybercriminal activity. Artificial intelligence accelerates data analysis, rapidly identifying patterns in forum discussions, marketplace listings, and leaked datasets. Natural language processing tools enhance this process by translating foreign language content, extracting key phrases, and detecting coded slang that threat actors use to evade detection. Real-time alerting ensures that security teams receive actionable intelligence as soon as new threats emerge, allowing organizations to respond before attacks gain momentum. Continuous monitoring keeps intelligence streams active, ensuring security teams always have up-to-date insights rather than relying on sporadic investigations. Ethical and legal considerations must guide every aspect of dark web intelligence gathering to ensure compliance with data protection laws and maintain operational integrity. Organizations must carefully navigate privacy regulations, ensuring that intelligence efforts do not violate legal boundaries or expose individuals to undue risk. Engaging with dark web forums or marketplaces requires a cautious approach to avoid inadvertently participating in illegal activities, even if the intent is purely investigative. Transparency in how dark web intelligence is used, both internally and when shared with external partners, builds trust and ensures that intelligence efforts align with ethical standards. Establishing clear guidelines for responsible monitoring practices helps prevent legal pitfalls while ensuring that intelligence gathering remains a force for good in cybersecurity. Conclusion: dark web intelligence is a vital component of modern cybersecurity, providing early warnings about emerging threats, stolen data, and evolving attack methods. By monitoring illicit forums, underground marketplaces, and data dumps, security professionals can uncover valuable insights that strengthen defenses and support law enforcement in disrupting cybercriminal operations. However, the challenges of access restrictions, anonymized transactions, and the sheer volume of information required advanced tools, analytical expertise, and a careful balance of ethical and legal considerations. As cyber threats continue to evolve, organizations must remain vigilant, leveraging dark web intelligence not just as a reactive measure, but as a proactive strategy to stay ahead of adversaries in an ever-changing digital battlefield. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Bare Metal Cyber. If you enjoyed the podcast, be sure to subscribe and share it. You can find all my latest content, including newsletters, podcasts, articles, and books at baremetalcyber.com. Join the growing community and explore the insights that reached over 2 million people last year. Your support keeps this community thriving, and I truly appreciate every listen, follow, and share. Until next time, stay safe and remember, knowledge is power.